Right now, live at 5, key permits for Polymet now sit in the hands of the Minnesota Supreme Court. We're breaking down what happened at today's hearing. Plus, new details in the planned kidnapping of Michigan's governor, why the FBI says she wasn't the only target. And as cases of COVID continue to rise, we're hearing from the governors of both Minnesota and Wisconsin on their plans moving forward. And later,
coming up tonight, it's Farm to School Month in Minnesota. See how Iron Range schools are participating.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over the city of Duluth. We're learning about the latest developments in a major mining project in Minnesota. Plus, Governor Walz and Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers each addressed their states and gave an update on the fight against COVID-19. Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The future of 3 key permits for a proposed copper-nickel mine on the Iron Range were on the docket today for the Minnesota Supreme Court.
This morning, lawyers for the proposed Polymet mine and state regulators urged Minnesota's highest court to rely on the State Department of Natural Resources and its experts and reinstate 3 critical permits. Attorneys for the DNR and Polymet argued the agency acted within its authority when it decided there was no need for a trial-like proceeding known as a contested case hearing. They pointed out that the agency had already held years of public environmental review and permitting proceedings. Environmentalists countered, saying the State Court of Appeals got it right back in January when it said the hearing is required by law. The court did not say when they would rule on the matter. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from attorneys on both sides of the issue.
St. Louis County has recorded its second highest amount of COVID-19 cases in a single day since the start of the pandemic. According to numbers released today by the Minnesota Department of Health, 70 more residents have tested positive. That puts the total number of people diagnosed since March at 2,300. Nearly a quarter of those cases have been reported in just the last 2 weeks.
Minnesota's governor says the upper Midwest is now a hot spot for the coronavirus outbreak. Governor Tim Walz spoke about the state's continued response to the pandemic today. He says so far, Minnesota has stayed relatively stable, but that can change quickly. Knowing who's sick and who they've been in contact with is key to slowing infection rates. Walz says they're planning to expand saliva testing so people can get a test quickly close to home.
The state of Minnesota is surrounded by the first, second, and fourth highest transmission rates in the country. And once that starts to happen, more of the bad outcomes, more of the hospitalizations start to show up just by sheer numbers.
The state plans to open saliva testing sites in 10 communities, starting with Winona, Moorhead, and Brooklyn Park in the next week.
In another grim coronavirus milestone, the state of Wisconsin announced a record-high 34 deaths today connected to the pandemic. Governor Tony Evers also discussed the state opening the alternate care facility tomorrow at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Evers says the ACF is meant to take some strain off hospitals in the state. The number of hospitalized patients has nearly tripled in the last month. Evers asked everyone to do their part to get the virus under control.
We hoped we would never have to open the ACF, but now that we have, the best case scenario is that we never have to use it, because that will mean our statewide efforts to stop the spread and flatten the curve will have been successful.
Evers says the ACF isn't a hospital and it is not open to the public for walk-ins. Patients will only be admitted in coordination with state health care providers.
New details in the foiled plot to kidnap Michigan's governor. An FBI agent testified there were plans to kidnap another state governor as well. The agent testified during a court hearing in Michigan, saying members of anti-government paramilitary groups discussed kidnapping Virginia's Democratic governor, Ralph Northam. An investigation led to 6 men being arrested and charged last week with plotting to kidnap Michigan's Democratic governor, Gretchen Whitmer. 7 other men face state terrorism charges.
Prosecutors believe longer sentences should be given if 4 former Minneapolis police officers are convicted in the death of George Floyd. In a court filing Monday, prosecutors say the officer's position of authority and Floyd's vulnerability are 2 reasons why. Derek Chauvin is charged with murder and manslaughter. J. Alexander King, Thomas Lane, and Tu Tao are charged with aiding and abetting manslaughter. Lane's defense attorney says the request is just an attempt at swaying a potential jury.
Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett is in the hot seat, facing tough questions from the Senate Judiciary Committee on day 2 of her confirmation hearing.
The federal judge differentiated herself from her mentor, the late Justice Antonin Scalia, telling lawmakers they would not be getting another Justice Scalia, but a Justice Barrett if she's confirmed.
Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with more.
Like the blank notepad she held up, Judge Amy Coney Barrett offered no clues to the Senate Judiciary Committee on how she'd rule on hot-button issues, invoking the justice she's nominated to replace.
Justice Ginsburg, with her characteristic pithiness, used this to describe how a nominee should comport herself at a hearing. No hints, no previews, no forecasts.
The committee's top Democrat, Senator Dianne Feinstein, pressed Barrett on whether she believed Roe v. Wade, the landmark abortion rights case, was rightly decided.
I can't pre-commit or say, yes, I'm going in with some agenda, because I'm not. I don't have any agenda.
When asked about the current case challenging the Affordable Care Act, the federal judge says she's made no commitment on how she'd decide.
I have had no conversation with the president or any of his staff on how I might rule in that case. I'm not hostile to the ACA. I'm not hostile to any statute that you pass.
Day 2 of confirmation hearings also took a personal turn, with Judge Barrett discussing racism and its impact on her family.
Have you seen the George Floyd video?
I have. Given that I have 2 black children, that was very, very personal. I think it is an entirely uncontroversial and obvious statement, given, as we just talked about, the George Floyd video, that racism persists in our country.
The Republican-led Senate Judiciary Committee scheduled a vote on Barrett's nomination Thursday, expecting Democrats to ask for a 1-week delay.
The president has said he wants his Supreme Court nominee confirmed before the November 3rd election. During questioning, Judge Amy Coney Barrett did not commit to recusing herself from cases challenging the election's results.
Let's check in on the weather now. Dave, just a little bit of rain for a lot of us this morning.
Yeah, our 30% chance technically paid off, but It didn't pay off very well. Yeah. The interest and the dividends and all that financial business, if we throw it towards the rain, it was pretty low. So let's first take a look, though, at a live look at what's going on in the Grand Marais area. After this morning's slight rain chance, we got, just like yesterday, another beautiful afternoon. But that's going to change up. Here's a look at the rain total since midnight. And, yeah, just a trace in places like Ely, Moose Lake, Ashland, Hayward, and Ironwood, Grand Rapids, and International Falls, too. It's a better chance for more rain once we get into tomorrow. So our day planner for Wednesday says we have a 60 to 80% chance for rain beginning perhaps early in the morning around 5 a.m. and lasting through tomorrow evening. High temps will go down a little bit thanks to the cloud cover. We'll start at 40, top out at 50, which is a little bit cooler than normal. In just a few minutes during the main weather segment, we'll take a look at how much rain could come. It'll be more than today, but less than Monday, in case that helps wet the whistle just a little bit. Hey, and once we wet our whistle on Wednesday, Thursday should dry up and cool down even further. That's another thing we'll talk about with a 7-day forecast in just a couple more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, a chance to give blood through the month of November, plus the hunt is on in Ely. City by City is coming up next.
And tonight at 6, 2020 has been one of the driest years on record. What experts say that could mean if conditions continue.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, Local, CBS 3.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
It's time for the annual Subaru Love a Pet adoption event. Join us virtually this year. For the month of October, there will be discounted adoption fees for dogs and cats, along with featured pets of the day. Visit animalallies.net for featured pets and event details. Miller Hill Subaru and participating shelters are excited to find loving homes for pets and bring you this event virtually. Visit animalallies.net for adoptable pets and details.
We took a bad economy that was falling and turned it around. Trump took a good economy and drove it back into the ditch. Through his failure to get COVID under control, his failure to deliver real relief to working people, Does he not understand and see the tens of millions of people who've had to file for unemployment this year so far? The people who lost wages while the cost of groceries have gone up dramatically? Donald Trump has been almost singularly focused on the stock market, the Dow and NASDAQ. Not you, not your families. My plan will help create at least 5 million new, good-paying jobs and create them right here in the United States of America. Let's use this opportunity to take bold investments in American industry and innovation so the future is made in America. I'll be laser focused on working families. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS 3 News with Kristen Baki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
When President Trump made an appearance in Bemidji, we were there.
Trump will be here in Bemidji. Crowds of people already.
When Biden was giving his speech in Hermantown, we were there.
COVID.
When protests broke out, we were there.
Today he said that Trump doesn't represent.
When you wanted to have accurate info at the drop of a hat, we were there. For the best local campaign coverage, watch the local station. Live, local, CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over Spirit Mountain today. Dave Anderson will have your full weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a quick look around the region.
An opportunity to give blood in Grand Rapids this November, plus a fun twist on the classic Easter egg hunt in Ely.
That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city.
Start off in Itasca County, where resident blood donors have 3 opportunities to give blood during the month of November. The Elder Circle will hold 3 different blood drives in both Grand Rapids and Coleraine. The first will be on November 5th at the Itasca Clinic and Hospital. The second will be November 10th at Greenway High School in Coleraine, and the third will be on November 11th at the YMCA in Grand Rapids. You can set an appointment to donate online at the Memorial Blood Center's Hero Hub website.
Now headed up to Ely, where the 4th year of the annual Ely Stone Stash is about to get underway. Each year, local artist Joe Baltich hides painted rocks across town and invites the community to come find them. The rocks are currently being hidden, and the search kicks off this Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning. There are nearly 100 rocks to be found this year, and if you're lucky enough to find a golden eagle or a golden moose painted on one, you could win a print from Baltich himself.
And finally, we finish off in Virginia, where the Disabled Veterans of America nonprofit is asking residents to hold off on their donations. The DAV accepts clothing through collection boxes and then sells them to fund their programs. However, due to COVID-19, the facility the program normally brings the clothes to is closed. They're asking donors to hold on to those clothing items until things are able to get back to normal.
If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead and send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, how one Minnesota school is using the farm-to-school concept in the everyday classroom.
Here's a live look at the Cotton area, and it's a beautiful day there as well after we've gone through this morning's very slight light rain chance. A better chance for rain is coming tomorrow to help replenish the Sax-Zim Bog and all the rest of the region. We'll talk about the odds and rain totals coming up after our break.
Season 2 is here, y'all. And yes, I am in an eye patch. How much more, Kelly, can it
The
get?
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Real steel. Find yours. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Pick up at over 9,000 local steel dealers. Find yours at steeldealers.com.
Ready, set, internet. Extreme has the speed and price to get you online fast. Stop waiting and get going for as low as $19.99 a month for a year, with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig, powerful in-home Wi-Fi, and 99.99% network reliability. Extreme has what you need to stay ahead and stay on track. Hurry and get Extreme Internet for as low as $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
What are you thinking?
Thinking about burger, fries, and some pie.
You know it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, then bring the pie first.
It's back and better than ever. Perkins Burger, Fries, and Pie Combo. For a limited time, enjoy any burger, fries, and a slice of pie. And always served safely. Whether you dine in, order online, or get it to go. Order now at perkinstogo.com.
Here at locally owned Adolphson Real Estate, we are ready to help you find the home of your dreams with no extra fees. Take a look at this beautifully redone 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in Cloquet. Please call our Cloquet office for more details. Call us today to schedule a tour at Adolphson Real Estate.
Season 2 is
The
here,
Kelly
y'all.
Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Von Duluth Casino is hiring. Apply today.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station. 95 KQDS.
Season 2 is
The
here,
Kelly
y'all.
Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Today's almost a perfect copy of yesterday. We started with a little rain in the morning, got a sunnier sky in the afternoon, and the discrepancy between a little bit of higher pressure and lower pressure drove up some pretty stiff winds. And we're getting that again right now. And so again, if you're thinking about a boat ride on the big lake, tonight's not the great night. The winds are picking up again. And again, we have a small craft advisory for both the north and the south shores. And in the eastern part of the lake, we have a gale warning there. So it will be windy through tomorrow. And tomorrow, after today's little teaser of a rain chance, we do get a better chance coming around for tomorrow. It's upwards of an 80% chance and could go towards a 1/4 of an inch for a lot of towns. We'll show you the latest chart on that, of course, in just a bit. But right now we do have the current conditions at the airport in Duluth. It's 56 degrees. Relative humidity is pretty low at 30%. Westerly wind is going 24 miles per hour. So that's why we have that small craft advisory, of course. Air pressure, 29.81 inches of mercury, 1,010 millibars, just a hair below normal, hence the clouds trying to creep in. And with a new low pressure system on our doorstep, or at least approaching our doorstep, yeah, clouds and rain are very likely once we get into tomorrow. Right now, we have temperature-wise mid-50s for the Upper Peninsula and mid to upper 50s in northwestern Wisconsin. Low 50s are covering much of northern Minnesota. A little bit warmer right by the lake for most places, but as usual, farther up the Gunflint Trail towards the B-Dub, only upper 40s. There, east central Minnesota's in the mid-50s, and the western Mesabi towards places like Grand Rapids, Coleraine, and Deer River, mid-50s there. Temperatures tomorrow, probably low 50s if we're lucky, and then after that by Thursday into the 40s. So a cool down still plans to come our way as the rest of the week unfolds. Here's the low pressure system that brought the trace of rain to our region here today. It was just a 30% chance for those showers, and now that's departing. And for the here and now, for a couple of hours, we'll have sunnier sky and higher pressure keeping it on the dry side. But again, that's not going to last forever. Next low pressure system is already sliding out of the Rocky Mountains, and it's making a beeline towards our area, and the Great Plains don't make much of resistance here to the progression of this low. So by tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, it could be with us with that 70 to 80% chance for the rain. And again, it's probably going to be more juicy than this morning's situation, but not as juicy as what we saw here on Monday. So what we're getting at is about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch for a lot of towns, and if we push it a little bit farther than just Wednesday and Thursday, we could go towards 3/4 of an inch up towards Ely. Keep in mind it's going to take a little bit of time for totals like that to come around. The Wednesday action should be limited to about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, as I've mentioned. Well, let's talk about the forecast for tonight. In Minnesota, with that low coming our way, yet another one. We'll get a mostly cloudy sky probably after midnight, and the low temps by tomorrow dawn should run from 38 up north to 45 right by the lake. And the winds stay gusty, westerly, 5 to even 20 miles per hour all across the area. Speaking of the Wisconsin and Michigan area, low 40s for the low temps there. Tomorrow in Wisconsin and Michigan, mostly cloudy sky. 80% chance of rain on that side of the border, 70 to 80, and high temps that'll run from about 52 to 56. If the normal is 53, we're pretty close tomorrow. And in Minnesota, well, up north, the high temps will start to go down earlier than every place else, only in the 40s along the border, but then we get about 48 to 56 for the rest of Minnesota, which is at least reasonably close to normal, 70 to 80% chance for rain there as well. And now, eyeing up the extended forecast here, well, 80% chance for the rain on Wednesday, just in case you didn't hear it a few seconds ago. High temp 50, then for Thursday, Friday, we dry up and clear up again. But 40 to 42 will be the top temps. Then Saturday and Sunday with overnight low temps in the 20s, Tony, and another chance of rain showers coming with yet another low pressure system. That's where we have a couple of mornings worth of flurries coming down. Again, I still don't think things are going to stick.
Yeah.
At least Saturday and Sunday. Monday may be a different story, and we'll continue to watch the author here for any changes in the script coming up.
A lot can happen in 4 or 5 days, especially up here when you start talking about the S word.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of moisture and low enough temperatures, it can happen.
All right. Thanks, Dave. October is Farm to School Month in Minnesota. It's a collaboration between school districts and local farmers which offer unique education opportunities. CBS 3's Emma Quinn shares how one Iron Range school district has used Farm to School in their everyday classroom.
The Mesabi East School District in the Aurora and Hoyt Lakes area first created the Farm to School program 4 years ago as a way to give students a more hands-on learning experience. Rachel Doherty, Farm to School coordinator for Mesabi East Schools, says students participate in horticulture classes where they are growing seeds, microgreens, and vegetable gardens. Produce is grown in these classes and are used in the cafeteria and are for students to create new recipes.
That they have a one-on-one, hands-on experience. Most students, instead of just looking at a screen or looking at a textbook and reading up on it, they are actually seeing the plant go from seed to fruit or vegetable.
Farm to School has grown significantly since the start of the program. The program has started in a classroom and has since expanded into several greenhouses. The school district was given 44 raised garden beds from Minnesota Business Eco Garden so students can grow plants year-round.
Due to COVID-19, students at Mesabi East have been learning in a hybrid model. They've been able to bring supplies home to grow microgreens and discuss their findings in class.
It's that time of the day where we get to talk about pets. And today's pet comes to us from the Precious Paws Humane Society of Chisholm. Meet Sugar. He's a long-haired cat who's as sweet as his name. Sugar has a kind disposition and loves to flaunt his regal prowess. Sugar has become a favorite at the shelter and will make a great addition to any family lucky enough to adopt him. He is laid back and loves to cuddle and be brushed. If you would like to adopt Sugar, you can set up an appointment by calling the number on your screen.
Still to come, how the Duluth Fire Department trains their firefighters to avoid life-threatening accidents on the job.
For a limited time, Home Furniture has put everything on sale, and you can finance it free for 6 years. 6 years of zero-interest financing plus free no-contact shipping. Hurry, store-wide savings plus 6-year financing ends Saturday, only at Home Furniture.
Arrowhead Supply is your local professional source for kitchen, bath, and countertops since 1973. Whether you're planning to remodel or build new, Arrowhead Supply has a wide range of styles and finishes to choose from. We custom fabricate laminate, quartz, granite, or Corian countertops on site and provide top installation. View all of the new colors, materials, and wood available and receive help from our knowledgeable staff at our Lincoln Park showroom. Arrowhead Supply. Visit us today. Free in-home estimates available.
It's time for the annual Subaru Love a Pet adoption event. Join us virtually this year. For the month of October, there will be discounted adoption fees for dogs and cats, along with featured pets of the day. Visit animalallies.net for featured pets and event details. Miller Hill Subaru and participating shelters are excited to find loving homes for pets and bring you this event virtually. Visit animalallies.net for adoptable pets and details.
Hey, you guys remember when we went on this trip?
Yeah. Remember, Daddy, when you helped that nice lady across the street?
Remember when you blew up those balloon animals for that little kid's birthday party?
That's how it's done.
Remember when you helped fix the neighbor's satellite dish?
You think you can help people fight back against insurance companies?
Yes, I can.
Hello, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. For the month of October, we are offering free installation for bathtubs, showers, safety tubs, and surrounds. Get your dream bathroom with free installation. As always, you can still get one of our great financing options for low monthly payments, or 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2022. This offer ends October 31st, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
Can I borrow the sports page?
Are we sure we're ready for this expansion?
Of course we're ready for it. It's a great idea. Let's celebrate with a vacation. I'm thinking Hawaii.
We're ready for you.
Is it okay if my friend comes with?
Of course. Imagination's always welcome here.
Bring us your best ideas. Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. Imagination's welcome.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station, 95 KQDS.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get 0 interest financing on any Tempur-Pedic for 6 years. Plus, Home will give you a $300 shopping card, free delivery, setup, and a 120-day comfort guarantee. 0 interest financing on Tempur-Pedic for 6 years at Home Sleep Express.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
To avoid potentially fatal accidents on the job, Duluth firefighters are boosting their confidence by training in the dark. Each year, the department sends individuals through a live simulator filled with noises, distractions, and whatever else they may find in a burning structure. Before going in with their usual gear, each firefighter has their masks blacked out, forcing them to use their other senses. Those who go through the training say it's very unique and incredibly beneficial.
Going through the steps, making sure you're doing the right things, controlling breathing, controlling your mind. It's going to prepare me for if the situation comes that I can get out safely or bring my crew to safety.
We're professionals, but we need to practice, and it allows each one of us to identify where we can excel.
The training was brought to the city several years ago thanks to the Cloquet Area Fire District, who received a grant. Superior, Hibbing, and the Virginia Fire Departments have all also benefited from the same training.
After months of being shut down, bookworms can start trickling into Duluth's public library soon. Today, city leaders announced the main downtown branch will reopen for some services. Starting October 26th, you can reserve a 1-hour appointment to use a computer, print, scan, or make copies. Library staff say for now, you still can't browse for books. Instead, they'll continue with curbside pickup for any items on hold. The library's manager hopes opening up for computer use will help those who need it most. Anyone visiting the library should wear a mask, social distance, and stay home if you are sick. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Need a flu shot? Find flu booth dates and locations at essentiahealth.org.
I've always liked video editing. When I was growing up, I made a lot of YouTube videos about hamsters, and I really love squids. I graduated from a really big high school, so coming to UWS, where it's a lot smaller, it allowed me to really find myself. More opportunities are there for me to explore and find out what I really want to do. One of my overarching dreams is to film and edit a documentary about marine biology. I would say that I am very happy here.
This pandemic is like an earthquake that's shaken our lives and highlighted our challenges, like helping people and businesses recover while building a stronger and more just America. And that's why I'll work with anyone in either party to get things done in the Senate. One example, I've taken on the drug companies to make lower-cost drugs like insulin available. I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message because I will move hell or high water to do what it takes to help my fellow Minnesotans.
I support Pete Stauber because Pete Stauber has working men and women's backs.
Pete Stauber has worked to get our economy reopened and bring jobs back to Minnesota.
Pete doesn't care about politics. He cares about doing his job and creating jobs for us.
Fighting for our jobs, fighting for our families, fighting for our way of life.
This isn't about politics. This is about protecting jobs in Minnesota. Pete Stauber's there for us when the rubber meets the road.
Pete Stauber for Congress.
I'm Pete Stauber, and I approve this message.
Coming up tonight, it's Farm to School Month in Minnesota. See how Iron Range schools are participating.
Fair weather Tuesday could become rainy weather on Wednesday. I'll talk rain totals.
Tonight at 6 on CBS 3.
Season 2 is
The
here.
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS 3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News live at 5. Here's a live look over Canal Park. Let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories and a peek at what's still coming up tonight at 6. This morning, lawyers for the proposed Polymet mine and state regulators urged Minnesota's highest court to rely on the state DNR and its expertise and reinstate 3 critical permits. The court did not say when they would rule on the matter.
More than 6 million women in the U.S. have difficulty getting pregnant or staying pregnant. Health experts say women aren't the only ones battling this issue.
And Dave's here to give us just our last look at the weather tonight. Dave, some rain on tap for tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, clouds increasing tonight, leading to a 70 to 80% chance for rain tomorrow. Maybe a quarter-inch accumulations coming across the area. High temps will be near 50 degrees, which will be the warmest of the bunch for the week ahead because temperatures are still planned to keep on going down. We get rid of the clouds by Thursday, but we also get rid of 50. We drop to the low 40s, stay that way through Monday, then into the 30s for Tuesday. And in between, there's a chance for some snow showers mixed with rain showers for the weekend and perhaps Monday, too.
Well, that's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
Thanks for watching.